Hey everyone, Connor Garnett here. Positioning is 9/10 of the law.
He does a nice job of switching, making sure he punches with the right,
Yes, he does.
right hand. We've seen players punch with the dominant hand. That's not the play.
In this video, we're going to be going over how positioning can drastically improve your game, and then we're actually going to apply it in rec play. I got my ref whistle here. Anytime they do it incorrectly, they lose the point, so it's a little added incentive to do this correctly, and we're going to see those results. Let's get into it. We're going to be going over the 4 themes first, and then we're going to be actually implementing it in rec play. All right, so the 4 things that we are going to be covering is the step of champions, pinching the middle after the return, moving when the ball is on the other side of the net, not when it's on your side of the net, and then finally the 2-step cheat. All right, so we're gonna be covering the step of champions. This is taking 1 step in towards the middle. This is when my partner is gonna drive this ball down the line. It allows me to scoot up in the court, looking to be aggressive and taking that next ball. My goal here is to help my partner alleviate some of the pressure by taking that next ball so we can get up to the kitchen, or I can hit a winner on this shot. Let's demonstrate this and I'll show you guys how it works. So see there, because I'm pinching the middle, anything that's left up there, I'm able to clean up, and anything that's a little bit slower, I'm able to take that next ball to help us get into that kitchen line. This is a good precursor to the shake and bake that I just did right there. All day, all day. All right, so this positioning theme, we're gonna be talking about returning down the line and the net player pinching the middle of the court. This allows time for the returner to get up to the net and that person at the net to take that next ball. When they're at the net, they're gonna be able to hit this ball at a higher spot to be more aggressive with this ball and stay in an offensive position. Rather than if you're that person coming up to the net and you're hitting this ball in transition, you're more likely to be hitting this at your feet because the ball is dropping as it gets further away from the net. So we're gonna be less aggressive and we're gonna give that offense to the opposing team, putting us in a defensive position. All right, now we're gonna get into the demonstration of this. So see there, because I'm pinching the middle, it allows my partner to get up to the net. I'm able to hit that ball, and now we're established at the net in an offensive position. Even if they get that ball back, we are now in an advantageous position. There we go. So once she returns it down the line there, I'm able to get big in the middle here, and if anything gets left up, I'm able to attack that, putting us in an advantageous position. Even if they're able to get that back, now my partner's gotten up to the kitchen line, and we are in an offensive position, and they're having to work their way up to the kitchen. So with this, we want to avoid our partner who's returning having to hit this next ball, and then we're gonna be in the driver's seat for this point. All right, so this next positioning theme that we're gonna go over is moving when the ball is on the other side of the net, not moving when it's on your side of the net. This has been talked about in the 5 biggest lies my coaches teach. So if you wanna check out that video for more in-depth on this, that's a great resource as well. We're gonna get into this and we're gonna be looking at the positioning that I'm taking after I hit this shot. So see there, when I hit an aggressive dink on the other side of the court, I'm moving to this middle because Allie is out of position over there and I'm looking to be aggressive. The first one she was able to neutralize well, but that same pattern I kept going back to, and eventually when you hit those penetrating dinks, you're able to get something out of the air that you can attack. We're gonna go into this same drill, but now I'm gonna demonstrate what not to do with this drill. So see there, I got pulled wide. My partner shifted to cover the middle and it left the down the line open if I go back cross court. This is what I call the don't be the hero kind of move. When my partner is trying to cover the middle, she's trying to help me out. But if I don't go down the line here and I go back cross court, it exposes that down the line. So that's why we want to move when the ball is on the other side of the court, unless we're fast enough to get back to that spot to cover that. All right, so now the final positioning theme we're gonna be talking about is the two-step cheat. This is when you take 2 steps in the court on the third when your partner's hitting it. I don't know if my partner is gonna go down the line or cross court, so I don't wanna pinch middle like the step of champions, but I still wanna be aggressive, so if they do go down the line or they do go cross court, I can be in the right position. We're gonna demonstrate that here right now and I'll show you how it works. So once I see that my partner is hitting the third ball, I'm gonna take 2 steps forward to look to take the 5th ball. Basically what this is allowing is I am able to take a little bit of ground and try and get aggressive. If they leave anything up, now I can look to attack that ball. If my partner leaves it high, I'm still in a position where 1 step back and I'm basically at the baseline, so I'm able to get in that defensive position, but also able to capitalize on that offense. If I see that ball going down the line, we can kind of apply that step of champions as well, where now I'm sliding a little bit to the middle, looking to poach that. If she takes this ball cross court, I gotta cover my line a little bit more, but I'm further in, so now I'm looking to be a little bit more aggressive. Really quick, I wanted to mention that my Home for Pickleball training, The Pickler, is offering a 30-day trial for only $30. It gets you an unlimited membership. In that, it includes unlimited pickleball, free tournaments, leagues, and more. Get in on the action. Hope to see you on the courts. All right, so now that we've gone over the 4 positioning themes and demonstrated them, we're gonna get into that rec play scenario. I'm gonna need my whistle, of course. Now we're all set. They're gonna hop in this game, they're gonna play it out, and anytime they don't do one of these things correctly, I'm gonna blow the whistle and that team loses a point. This is all about making sure we're implementing it in actual game play. Let's get into this and see how they do. All right, now we're gonna get into it. Allie's gonna start us off over here. Good point. It was nice to see the return was down the line. She pinched middle and they were looking to be aggressive. That was a great first point. Uh-oh, that's our first infraction, flag on the play. So here, Natalie didn't pinch enough when Allie returned that ball down the line. She only got to here. We want to make sure if that ball goes down the line, we're straddling that middle. So they lost that point there. And now it is 1-0-1. All right, second infraction on the play. I really need a flag to be throwing this. So on this side, when she's hitting the third ball, we want to make sure we're inside the court on contact. So that's the 2-step cheat. Cheyenne was still on the baseline. She did a good job of moving after contact, of pinching and coming in, but we want to make sure it's even before so we can take even more ground during that. All right, we'll let that one slide. It was a little close. She moved forward just a step on contact. We want to make sure it's still 2 steps. We'll let that one slide because they won the point anyway. So that there was a great point. They were both in the middle. They looked to be aggressive after their serve, and it got them the point. All right, so there she was moving in a little bit on the serving side. You want to make sure that you're only taking that step if your partner is hitting the third. All right, so there you were still not moving forward a little bit on that ball. Really good point there. I want to call out Natalie on that. She stayed in her spot. She did a good job of not moving as Allie got pulled wide. Instead, she waited, and then once she saw that ball going that way, if it would have gone over the net, then she would have moved. So that was really good and one of our key takeaways. All right, so 2 takeaways that we also want to be mindful of as we're doing this is if our partner hits a bad shot, with all of these themes, we also have to respect those bad shots and take a step back. So when we're doing the 2-step cheat, if our partner pops it up, the reason we only take 2 steps is so we can scoot back to that baseline so we don't get in trouble. Same on the return. If our partner doesn't return it down the line, we don't want to be pinching middle unless they actually do hit that ball down the line. So these are great rules, but we want to still be switched on thinking about, is this a situation where I can apply this? And how do I get back into a defensive position if my partner pops it up? Flag on the play. So on that one, Cheyenne didn't pinch middle on the return, so therefore they lose that point, making sure if that ball does go down the line, we're sliding to that middle to cover that. All right, that's a great one to finish on. She did a really good job of sliding middle there, and then Allie popped that up, and she was able to put that away. These are the 4 biggest themes on positioning, being 9/10 of the law. You can really upgrade your game by doing these things. Thank you guys for tuning in to this video. Positioning is 9/10 of the law. Make sure to drop any comments or questions below. Also, thank you to my sponsors, the Pickler and Zyactiv, for sponsoring this video. Check out all the links for discounts and all of my gear below. A special offer, we got the Pickler 30 for 30. It is 30 days for $30 on the unlimited membership. Thank you, TUI Nation, for tuning in. TUI Nation out.